All right, welcome. We're live here at Barnesville High School, getting ready for a wrestling triangular here between the Barnesville Trojans, the Breckenridge Cowboys, and the United Clay Becker Badgers, a co-op of Hawley, Lake Park, and Audubon for United Clay Becker, representing the counties that those towns are in. The first matchup will be the Trojans and the Badgers. Our second matchup will be the Cowboys and the Badgers, and our third matchup will be the Trojans and the Cowboys. So, Cowboy fans, just an FYI, we will start a new stream for the second duel, and we'll start a new stream for the third duel. So if you're familiar with our basketball broadcast, we start the stream after C and start a new one for JV, and stop it after JV and start a new one for varsity. That's exactly what we're going to do here. Start and stop a new stream after each of the three matches of the triangular come to a completion. My name is Mike Mason. Joining me on the broadcast today is Jesse. Jesse, how you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for teaming up. I certainly appreciate it. I understand your son wrestles, right? JV, or tell me a little bit more about that. You know more than I do.
Well, yeah, so my son wrestles for Barnesville. This is his first year. He's a 7th grader. And, we're just trying to get back at it here. He's actually still needs to get a few more practices in because he was out earlier with COVID. So our season got backed up a little bit, and, well, we're just thankful to compete now.
Awesome. Well, that's some good news, and at least we have sports, right?
Well, that's exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, these kids, they're looking for something to do, and it's just interesting talking with a lot of the different coaches. They said it's been difficult just because there's been so many different things thrown at you with that. So kids that, maybe didn't want to come out, or families to participate. So it's just, again, thankful for the opportunity to compete. We're just grateful for that.
Excellent. Broadcast coverage brought to you today by Dean's Bulk Service in Barnesville, along with Midwest Bank. Also want to say thanks to our sponsors from Breckenridge, including State Farm agent Amanda Frederick. And let's see here. I just added them earlier today. Let me take a quick look. I should know them, but Superior Builders and OSPTI in Breckenridge bringing us broadcast coverage today of this wrestling triangular from Barnesville High School. Jesse, I think you went down and talked to the coaches. What did they have to say about today's match?
Well, again, just kind of repeating what I already said almost.
Yeah.
Just, I said, do you have any comments? He goes, we're just thankful to be here. There's been a lot of curveballs, different things like that, according to Coach Jim and Istrello of the UCB Badgers, Coach Strand too and company. It's just it's been difficult because you can see all the opens that are happening. It's frustrating, but you work with what you got. You can't get you can't let yourself get down. Focus on what you have and build with that, because like for the Barnesville Trojans, they don't have many, but what they have are pretty good, and they're young. That's another thing. They're just a young team, and they're up and coming. And just despite all the crazy, interesting times that are going on right now, we're thankful for all those that do want to compete.
Yeah, for the Barnesville Trojans, they come into this matchup with 7 open weight classes. United Cole Becker comes in with 3 open weight classes, and Breckenridge comes in with a total of, I forgot to count this one up. Let's do it on the fly here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 open weight classes for Breckenridge, 3 open weight classes for United Clay Becker, and 7 open weight classes for Barnesville. 4 and 3, I mean, not too severely significant there, but when you get 7 to 3 or 7 to 4, what does Barnesville have to do to kind of overcome those points that they're going to give up?
Boy, you need to capitalize on the few that you do have. You need the big points, the bonus points, tech fouls, pins, things like that. Now, with that being said, the rosters that we're currently looking at right now that was printed out earlier in the day, that may have changed. Some guys might not have made weight. Some might be ineligible, so they got sick, whatever it may be. But another thing you can do from a wrestling standpoint is look at your junior varsity, too. A lot of times, coaches will bring some of those guys up to fill in those holes, to maybe take that forfeit against the other team, or maybe it is a decent matchup looking at caliber, experience, all these different things. So a lot can change, that's just it. I never pretend to know it all. As a matter of fact, the Barnesville Trojans got their first victory of the season the other night up in Fertile Beltrami, so that was really nice to see. So yeah, and that was exactly what happened with Coach Brandt for the Barnesville Trojans. Brought a few of those JV guys up, put them on the varsity, and they came out big. They wrestled well, and they really they helped make it possible that win with so many opens. So that's huge, and it's learning how to move your guys around strategically and get the matchups that you need.
All right. Well, with that said, just a reminder for you, you can find us online on Twitter at MSportsNet Live, our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Magnitude Sports. You can subscribe and click on the bell and select all, none, or some for your alert preference. And then you can follow us on Facebook, too. Like us there. You can also watch the games on Facebook if for some reason YouTube isn't working, or if for some reason Facebook isn't working, you can watch the games on YouTube. It's kind of a nice backup.
Definitely.
And then also taking a look at our upcoming game schedule here, you'll see that we're also live in Perham right now with the Yellow Jackets, the Frazee Hornets, and the Grand Rapids, the Nighthawks, Thunderhawks. That's what they are. I'm still getting used to some of these wrestling names for the teams on the Minnesota side. And then tomorrow is a busy day for us as well, as we'll have girls basketball between West Fargo and Cheyenne. I think that's supposed to say boys basketball, but I can guarantee you that those two teams are playing. And then we'll be here tomorrow in Barnesville for the Trojans girls basketball matchup against Hawley. And then I personally will be at the West Fargo Sports Arena for West Fargo United and the Bismarck Blizzard in girls hockey. So we'll have Kenley and Cody on the call of that West Fargo Cheyenne basketball game. Eric will be here in Barnesville for the Trojans and Nuggets, and I'll be at the West Fargo Sports Arena for United and the Blizzard, and that'll wrap up They'll wrap up the middle part of our weekend. We have more girls hockey for you on Saturday, and we also have more basketball for you here in Barnesville on Saturday. You can dig deeper into that schedule at msportsnet.com/schedule. Also, games on demand. You click onto the on demand button, hover down, and click on the word archives, and you'll come to this screen here on your computer, and you'll see all of our past games. If you scroll to the bottom of that list, you can filter it by sport. And so if you want to watch like just a girls basketball game, you can filter out all the other sporting events and get our list of just our girls basketball games. Find the matchup you want and click the word watch next to that matchup. You can watch all of these broadcasts on demand 24/7. With that said, we are at 5:03, scheduled for a 5 o'clock start. We'll take a short timeout, and we'll come back here after this on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. When is the last time you reviewed your insurance coverages? Are you sure they are keeping pace with things in your life that may have changed? Now more than ever, it is important that you have the right coverages in place. Your local State Farm agent, Amanda Frederick, is here to help answer your insurance questions and provide a free comparison to your current policies and coverages. She has a fully licensed and local team ready to assist. Stop in or call for a free policy comparison. State Farm agent Amanda Frederick, proud to support Cowboy and Cowgirl athletics.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
When is the last time you reviewed your insurance coverages? Are you sure they are keeping pace with things in your life that may have changed? Now more than ever, it is important that you have the right coverages in place. Your local State Farm agent, Amanda Frederick, is here to help answer your insurance questions and provide a free comparison to your current policies and coverages. She has a fully licensed and local team ready to assist. Stop in or call for a free policy comparison. State Farm agent Amanda Frederick, proud to support Cowboy and Cowgirl athletics.
While the scoreboard reveals the winner of an athletic contest, the real winners are the players, coaches, and fans who show good sportsmanship. Those who treat the game as a competition, show concern for an injured player, and accept all decisions from game officials. Please remember to be a good sport when attending a high school game. This message courtesy of Magnitude Sports.
All right, welcome back to Barnesville High School here. We're about to get set to do the coin toss here. So the two teams and coaches will shake hands. The official with the green and red plastic card dots, I guess, whatever you want to call them. What are those called?
Disc.
Disc. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. I may say something like that more than once. So
that's all right. So what they're doing here ultimately is the ref goes over just a couple things, and with that ultimately then the captains will pick what their choice is. They will call either odd or even, and that depends. So like the first match, the 106 match would be the first one. That's the odd match. Number 2 match would be 113, and depending on how the call goes, you've got to show who you're putting out there first, and that kind of goes along with strategy. Like, do we want them to wrestle each other? Is it more strategic to bump them up? So again, but there's going to be a bunch of opens here right off the beginning too for the Barnesville Trojans. So we're going to move up the lineup pretty quickly here.
Look like, I don't know who's got choice.
We'll turn it over to, well, our PA announcer's not quite as loud as the basketball PA announcer here, so we will do our best to turn it over to the PA announcer. As we'll get our going over the opening announcements here. The national anthem coming up in just a moment here. If that is played, we'll take a commercial break. If it is sung by an individual, we'll keep it here live and highlight that individual here on Magnitude Sports. Looks like it's going to be played. We'll be right back after this.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dean's Bulk Service is your convenient stop on the way to the lake. Whether you're looking for snacks, drinks, fresh rolls, bait, ice, or a clean restroom, you are able to find it all inside our friendly facilities. The Barnesville and Save and Sea stores are proud to fly the Arco gasoline brand. Dean's Bulk Service also celebrates 50 years of great service of propane, fuel, oil, and lubricants. We are always ready to deliver. Dean's Bulk Service is a proud supporter of Trojan athletics and wishes the Barnesville Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season. All right, welcome back. National Anthem just finishing up. Once again, broadcast coverage brought to you today by Dean's Bulk Service and Midwest Bank, proudly cheering on the Barnesville Trojans. Also, State Farm Agent Amanda Frederick, OSPTI with locations in Breckenridge, Fergus Falls, and Hankinson. Also, Superior Builders in Breckenridge cheering on the two duels here for the Breckenridge Cowboys, which are coming up in our second and third streams of the night. The first one, once again, will feature the Barnesville Trojans versus United Clay Becker. The second one will be United Clay Becker versus Breckenridge. And the third one will be Barnesville Trojans versus Breckenridge. And we'll have a new stream for all the three of those, just like we do for CJV and varsity basketball. If you're familiar how we do those broadcasts, that's exactly how we're going to do these broadcasts here tonight. So once again, we start off at 106 here, and looks like 106 is going to be open.
Christian Storm.
Okay, they're going to bump up Christian.
And Barnesville is open.
So that'll be 6 points for United Clay Becker.
Yes, it is. It's going to get ugly for Barnesville real quick here with this many opens up till about 1:25 or so.
So that moves us to 112 or 113, excuse me. And that one was open as well. So 6 more points here for the Badgers.
Becker is Zach Cole. Barnesville is open.
And 6 more. That makes it 18-0 here in favor of United Clay Becker.
26 pounds for Barnesville. Aiden Park.
So our first official matchup will come at the 126 pound. It'll be Aiden Hawk, a freshman for Barnesville, against another freshman, Jackson Mickelson, for the United Clay Becker Badgers. And we'll zoom in on our camera a little bit here for you.
Aiden Hawk getting in on a single. Working it. Now he's got the leg. Gonna go for a trip. A modified back trip that went forward.
That's 2 points for Mr. Hawk.
At this point, he's working a cross-face cradle, coming across. To bring the opponent straight back. Getting back points at this point.
And a pin. So the fall will come with 1:02 in the first period.
Well, Barnesville definitely needed that after being down, giving the other team 18 free points right off the bat. So.
Yeah, definitely. So that makes it 18-6 now.
Ryan Francis.
18-6, and once again, this is the 132.
For UCB, we have 7th grader Ryan Francis, and for the Barnesville Trojans, freshman Hunter Bliley.
Say that again?
Bliley.
Bliley. I think I got that wrong in our last Barnesville broadcast, and I apologize to our Barnesville fans watching.
That's
so.
all right. We're just thankful to have some coverage, and we're thankful to be competing. So, Mr. Bliley here, I've had the opportunity to watch him with his wrestling, and I've seen him coaching since he was little, and he's really been improving. Gets on a double leg, takes his opponent down, puts him right to his back. Teeing up now for the pin. Things are looking tight. Picks up 3 near fall for Hunter Bliley. And still working a cradle at this point, bringing him back. Bliley's going to get some more near fall points. Again, pretty loose cradle, but hey, it's back points. What Hunter needs to do now at this point is get that cradle tight, put that knee in the side.
Right now, 8-0 lead here for Bliley.
Hunter's getting a little bit high here. His opponent, Francis, might be able to shake him off here. At this point, it's a scramble, and that's looking tight.
And that fall will come with 26 seconds remaining in the first period. And that's 6 more for the Trojans, and all of a sudden, that 18-0 deficit.
Yeah, it brings it a lot closer, but still.
6.
Yeah, 18-12. Barnesville still down, brings it a lot closer, but we still got a long way to go. Dawson Gura gets taken down. Dawson not sitting on the bottom, trying to create separation, keep moving. His opponent's got a leg in there. He's got good position. It starts to look like the Badger's in trouble, but he's not. He's running the legs really good here at this point. He's got one. He's got the other leg tucked under. I apologize for that camera work there, but I'll get familiar with it yet here. At this point, he's trying to tie up Get cradle. Controlling the hips. Out of bounds they go. The UC Badgers still in control. Dawson Gregg for Barnesville, still on bottom. We've got about 44 seconds left in this match. Still a lot happening. The opponent is definitely riding him hard. Badger working an arm bar, running an ankle, keeping him flat. Doesn't want Dawson to get up there.
Once again, this is 138. Apologize for the scoreboard operation there, as I had to fix an issue in our broadcast in Perham there, and that issue has now been resolved, so we can focus on this broadcast now. We appreciate your patience. 5 seconds remaining in the first. And that'll end the first. We'll put 2 minutes on our clock and go to the second here. Once again, we're in 138.
So Dawson is down now. Entering the second period down 0-2. False start. Barnesville moved prior to the whistle. A little anxious there, that happens. They get a caution on the first two. After that, it's a point. Got the leg tied, running a tough crossface. Not a fun position to be in.
It certainly doesn't look like a fun position to be in.
It is not. It is not. The wrestler for UCB here, very tough wrestler, because Dawson Gregg is a very tough athletic wrestler himself. Just a 1 count, no back points awarded to the UCB Badger. Dawson is still down 5-0. Dawson's fighting hard to keep his back from being exposed. Once it breaks that 45-degree plane, it then becomes back points for the Badger. And it looks like he's starting to start. Got at least 2 at this point. 2 near fall. An escape and 2 takedown. Wraps up the second period. Barnesville wrestler Dawson Gregg still down 7-2. It's UCB's choice. UCB chooses neutral. These both will be on their feet for the final period starting here. I think that's good for Dawson. UCB gets in on a single. With a treetop tip. Getting controlled. UCB up now 9-2 on this match. Out of bounds they go. Dawson's definitely got to get moving, but this guy, he's riding hard. He's just in good position. You watch him, he stays low, across those hips. Dawson gets 1, and needs a takedown. Dawson shoots his opponent, reshoots. UCB up now in this match, 11-3. Escape 1 from Dawson Gregg. And then a low single. Uh-oh. takedown, now down 11-6. 55 seconds left to go in the match. UCB working on an escape, looking for a switch here. Dawson still has control of the leg, but he loses it, and reversal. Equipment break there, headgear on the UCB Badger. He'll make some adjustments, he's in control. UCB up 13-6 now in this match. Going optional start, giving them an escape, 13-7. 30 seconds left. You may see some throws coming from Barnesville. We'll see. At this point, still 13-7. It's keeping it only a 3-point decision for the Badgers. No control yet. Neither wrestler has control, but UCB is close, and he now has it. Now up 15-7. That's a bonus point. If this match ends right now, as it will, as a bonus point for UCB, they will pick up 14 points at that. That was a good match.
That was a really good match there. One of the more entertaining ones I've seen in my very short wrestling broadcasting career.
Definitely. Two very good wrestlers there. Very physical, good shape wrestlers.
So it's now 21-12.
I didn't catch this wrestler's name for UCB, but I know for the Barnesville Trojans, it's 7th grader Cameron Halverson.
I'll stop the clock with 1:45. This is the 145 weight class.
Correct.
And yeah, they bumped somebody up because I was originally open for UCB, so I'm not sure who it was either.
Hitting the sit. His opponent staying right with him, following along. UCB Badger trying for what looks like an arm bar right now. Been working a bit of a head lever, little arm bar, capturing the wrist. Once you capture the wrist with an arm bar, it can create bad news for the opponent when they're on the bottom. About a minute left here. Cameron Halverson bridging hard to get off his back with 43 seconds left.
And the pin comes with 39 seconds remaining. Go ahead and put 2 minutes on our clock for the next match here. So we'll now move into the 152.
So again, that's going to be open for a few spots here for the Trojans until about 182. So the UCB Badgers will rack up some easy points. All they got to do at this point is make weight and show up. And I can tell you, as a former wrestler, a coach, and a fan, nothing is more frustrating than having to give up 3 points. But that's the way it is. So
45-12 now after the opens.
Troy Hemans for UCB at 170, and Barnesville is open.
So that's another 6 there, bringing the Badgers to 51.
And for Barnesville at 182 is Brady Cole.
And as you mentioned, Jesse, we'll go get our next match at the 182. 182, Gavin Gromish, I believe, or no, Brady Kroll, excuse me.
yeah, this will be senior Brady Cole for the Trojans. I didn't catch who it was for.
Karsten Hamry for the United Clay Becker Badgers.
Okay. And if that's him, yeah, he'd be a junior. Brady Cole, very, very experienced wrestler. Probably our best wrestler on the team. Had a lot of success
he's up 2-0 right now.
Brady Kroll, very strong physical wrestler. There's a good chance to see a cradle coming out of Brady Kroll. For anybody that knows Brady, he runs a cradle and he runs it very well.
About just inside a minute to go here in the first period of the 182 weight class match. .45 seconds to go now here in the first period.
Brady trying to open something up right now. Opponent's not doing much. He's just been warned for stalling. Again, Brady Kroll working a crossface at this point. Capturing a wrist, working an ankle, trying to get him tipped over here with short time with about 10 seconds left. Here comes a crossface. You see a cradle or a butcher here.
Now bring us to the second period.
Almost got the cradle there.
Still 2-0 in favor of Brady Kroll.
Out of bounds they go, UCB remaining in control. UCB losing the return to the mat, giving Brady Kroll the reversal. Brady is now up 4-0 in the second period here. One-point escape, UCB. A lot of times with our bigger wrestlers, you'll see more locking up. Sometimes not as many shots, but these guys, Brady usually likes to get in on a good shot. He opens it up. He'll lock up when he has to, but again, creates that separation. Looking for that open position. Again, taking his opponent down. He now leads 6-1, working that cradle. This is one of his best moves. But his opponent's fighting it off. He's definitely... So when you get put into that position from a cradle, well, it's all about the arms, the hands, tying you up, and your opponent going to turn you. So if you can peel the hands, fight the hands, and keep your opponent from getting that locked up, you can usually defend the cradle. But haven't seen Brady run this. He runs it very well. I would say it's his patented move.
And that will bring an end to the second period here. We'll go to the third now, and we'll put 2 minutes on our clock. It is 6-1 in favor of Brady Kroll for Barnesville. Once again, the 182 between Kroll and Carson Hamry, a junior for United Clay Becker. .51-12 team score, Badgers lead.
I turned the head just for a moment, and Brady had him over. Looked like he had a modified tilt there.
And the pin. Comes with 1:19 to go. And that brings the Trojans up to 51-18 deficit here. And
At 195 pounds, for Barnesville is Gavin Gromish, and for UCD, Blake Becker.
so that brings us to 195 now.
So Blake Bigger from UCB, Gavin Gromish from the Barnesville Trojans.
Actually, I think is it Gavin or is it Jordan Kroll?
This is Gavin Gromish here.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So he must have been bumped up a weight class from what I have on the roster.
That could be. Sometimes they'll weigh in a couple guys at the same weight and they can bump them around. And sometimes it's not always accurate what's being reflected on our rosters here, but yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
For those new to wrestling, you're learning just like I'm learning, and thanks to Jesse, we're learning together.
It's always good. Anything we can do to teach anybody about the sport of wrestling.
That fall will come with 1:09 remaining in the first, and Badgers, the wrestler, actually got 2 points in that match, and will pick up 6 for his team.
Looks like coming out for the Trojans next will be Jordan Kroll at 220 pounds.
UCB is open.
And Barnesville taking a win by UCB being open.
Barnesville is Tim Wells, and UCB is open.
And we put those points on the wrong side. That was my fault. It is actually 57-30.
And same thing, heavyweight for Barnesville receives a forfeit. They are open, UCB is. So that will bring, I believe, the final score of 57-30,
57-30.
I believe.
And I'll make that manual adjustment here. Like I said, I hit the wrong button, so that was my bad.
Okay, little discussion here. I don't know if there's going to be some JV matches now. Little side discussion amongst a couple of the coaches here, so looks like there still will be some JV here regardless. So,
all right.
Wells from Barnesville and Christian Hansen from UCB.
So your final in the first duel here, 57-30 in favor of United Clay Becker. And now we'll bring you some encore junior varsity matches for you live here on Magnitude Sports before we close down stream 1 and set things up for stream number 2. Did I hear correctly? You said there's going to be a total of 2 junior varsity matches?
and that may be. I'm trying to see
Okay.
if anybody else is warming up over here on the JV or not. So hopefully anything we can do to get the kids a few more matches, a little more experience out here. It's always good for the kids, and it's always good for the sport. So Christian Hansen for the UCB Badgers, Tim Wells for the Barnesville Trojans. Again, a lot of times from the heavyweights, you don't see a lot of shooting going on. It's a lot of, looks like a couple bulls locking horns there, jockeying for position. But again, what they're generally trying to, as I say that, one comes in with a, well, I'd call it a blast double. It wasn't quite a blast double. It was more of a tackle, but UCB gets the takedown. But again, a lot of times with the heavyweights, you'll see a lot of shrugs, drags, different things like that. But it's always entertaining when they go for it, because when they go hard, and it opens up a lot of things here. So UCB running a tight half right now. That's tough on the Barnesville Trojan. He's fighting it off the best he can. He's got to keep his head up. Anytime you keep your head hanging, you're an open target for getting put on your back. And Barnesville fighting hard out of that. That was good. That
Nice.
was looking tough there. So well, now Barnesville Trojan returning the favor with a half. Pulling the wrist under, pushing the head down. Again, tying up that wrist. Should be going for a little more cross-face action, but again, getting ribs, capturing the wrist, tying those up.
And now in the first period, match tied 2-2. So I'm going to learn something here from you, Jesse. Just flip the disc. It landed on red. What does that mean?
So that means it's red's choice. The red can choose, does he want to go up, down,
or neutral?
Both up, neutral, or he can even defer in the first period. He can let his opponent make the choice, and then that means he would get the choice for the last period.
Okay.
Correct.
And that normally comes down to strategy based upon like skill level.
It really can. You kind of feel out your opponent, and maybe know some of your. If you know your strengths or weaknesses, a lot of times you'll look. The wrestler will generally look up at the coach, and the coach will usually give you an indicator of what you should do. However, I've seen a number of kids. It doesn't matter what the coach says; they're going to do what they're going to do. But again, so why they're flipping in this match and why the other? Because it's JV. For the varsities we had earlier, they had the ceremonial coin toss. That determined odds or even. So now at this point, that's why they flipped the coin. So
gotcha.
That's for JV. So yeah, they'll do that for each JV match that they do have.
So in varsity, they do that before the first match,
Correct.
And that's it.
And then it's determined. Yep.
Gotcha.
Again, match remains 2-2 here in the second period. 52 seconds left to go. And both these guys putting a lot of head leverage on each other, just heavy hands snapping. Looks like UCB's going to come out on top of that, snap and spin, gaining control. UCB up in this match 4-2. It's in with a bit of a roll and coming around. Getting the reversal. Match is now 4-4 with Team Wells at the Barnesville Trojans getting back points. He's got his 3. Can he keep him there and get the fall? 10 seconds left to go in the second period. UCB is fighting hard off their back.
Now we'll head to the third period now. 7-4 lead for Barnesville.
All right, they're going neutral, both up. Now, one wrestling statistic I've heard, and I'm not sure what level this is, if it's high school wrestling or what, but somebody told me once that the person that generally gets the first takedown wins 75% of those matches.
Interesting.
So I don't know if there's truth. I've watched a lot of wrestling. I've been around it my entire life and done it. I think it's fairly accurate, but again, just because you're down, you're never really out, so never, ever give up. I'm trying to think where I heard that quote. It was probably my dad when I was a young man. He was trying to get me to shoot more. So either way it worked. But hey, I say you got to be on the offensive, be aggressive, go out there and wrestle, score points. There's no time to let off the gas. The time you do that, you get comfortable. You open yourself up. Mistakes happen. The other guy comes harder. Who wants it more? 53 seconds left in the third period. Barnesville up on this match, 7-4. Again, Barnesville getting a little bit underneath there. UCB running some heavy hands on that head. He had that nice snap and spin earlier. Barnesville Trojan does not want to go there. 30 seconds left here in the third period. Barnesville Trojans up 7-4 in this match. At this point, it wouldn't surprise me if Barnesville gets maybe hit with a stalling. He keeps backing up to this point. He is ahead, needs to stay on the offensive more. Now he's coming at him. 5 seconds left. Short time to go. And Timmy Wells coming on top. Great sportsmanship by both guys there. All right, we'll see if we have any more JV matches. I know there's a talk of maybe one more, but I'm not seeing anybody getting dressed, so I believe that's going to conclude the match between the United Clay Becker Badgers and the Barnesville Trojans with a varsity final score of UCB 57, Barnesville Trojans 31.
As you said, couldn't have said it any better myself there, Jesse. So with that, we'll go offline. We'll get things reset for the next matchup. That'll be between United Clay Becker and the Breckenridge Cowboys. So we'll be back on air in about 10 minutes or less here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
The proceeding has been a presentation of the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and to order a DVD copy of this broadcast, simply visit msportsnet.com/DVD.